This is really crazy. BlackRock is helping Ripple win its case against the SEC. BlackRock is the biggest company in the world. This isn't a rumor, it's true. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most bullish statement ever. XRP, people who own Ripple are very happy about the news. The best part, crypto experts think that XRP could go through the roof and reach $3,380.00. That's pretty cool, right? You should not miss this video. Let's get started. Nota bene, what's coming next for XRP is going to be big, maybe even historic. There are strong rumors that BlackRock, the biggest asset manager in the world, is working directly with Ripple to get the SEC to approve an XRP ETF. This could be a big change not only for XRP, but for the whole crypto market if it turns out to be true. As Crypto X-Man put it in a tweet, the hype was clear. Director of BlackRock admits working with Ripple. People who own XRP, get ready for what's coming. Good luck if you still don't have XRP after this. This is the last warning. It's risky, but it shows that more and more people think something big is happening. Before you get too excited, you should know what a spot ETF is and why it's so important. A traditional investor can get exposure to an asset like XRP, Ripple coin, through an ETF without actually buying it. In contrast to futures ETFs, spot ETFs need to hold the base asset, in this case, real XRP tokens. That's what makes it so strong. This means that big money from institutions would put money into XRP itself, not just bets on its future. When there is more buying pressure, prices tend to go up. And when a company like BlackRock is involved, the effect could be huge. All of this is happening at a very good time. The long court case between XRP and the SEC is finally over. Ripple has dropped its cross appeal in the case, and the SEC is likely to do the same. If both appeals are thrown out, the law will finally make it clear what XRP's standing is. It has been years of uncertainty about whether it's a security. This is an important requirement for any ETF acceptance. John Squire said in a tweet that rumors are still going around. It is said that BlackRock is putting pressure on the SEC to approve spot XRP ETFs. I'm still not sure about this, but if it turns out to be true, it could be the start of a big wave of going up. Judge Annalisa Torres will likely end the case soon. She has already said that XRP was not a security when it was sold on the secondary market. Some say she still has power until November, which is the official end date for the case. Others say her decision already makes it possible for ETFs, assuming the SEC drops its last complaints. Legal experts like Mark Fagel have said that the judge made a final decision a year ago, which means that the court doesn't need to do anything else once both sides drop their cases. People in the community are still not sure if there should be any more official steps taken before the case is fully closed. It would be huge if BlackRock backed a spot ETF for XRP. BlackRock is in charge of more than $10 trillion, 0 cents in assets, and has a huge impact on the world's financial markets. The story about crypto changed overnight when it went into Bitcoin. The hint is clear. If it goes into XRP, a lot of money from banks is coming quickly. The goal wouldn't just be to raise the price. Long-term legitimacy, wide use, and maybe a new part of Ripple's plan to connect traditional banking with blockchain technology would be at stake. It could be a big deal if XRP gets a spot ETF, especially if BlackRock leads the way. XRP would no longer just be a tool for speculation. It would be held by big investors, mutual funds, portfolios, and retirement plans. And if regulations were clear, the reasons why big money didn't invest in XRP would go away. This could be the time that people who support Ripple have been waiting for. Things are coming together slowly but surely. The case is almost over. The world's largest asset manager is said to be pushing for an ETF, and the market is ready to blow up at the first sign of confirmation. It will happen, no matter when, next week, a few months from now, or ever. The price won't be the only thing that changes if BlackRock really backs XRP. The way people think about XRP could change quickly, right? We're still not at the best part. Now, experts are saying that the price of XRP will go through the roof, and it could be one of the biggest crypto rises ever. It looks like BlackRock will really step in, which will not only shake the market, but also change it. You'll want to be ready before what comes next blows your mind. The XRP community isn't just hoping for a breakout, they're getting ready for one. XRP is once again getting a lot of attention. BlackRock is said to be working directly with Ripple. The legal uncertainty is almost over, and there are a lot of big price expectations on social media. It's not just talk this time, people are really excited. It comes from XRP being used in real life, huge amounts of money flowing through it, and more people thinking that its best days are still to come. June wasn't as exciting as many people had hoped. Steph said on X that June wasn't what we had hoped for. XRP will do a lot better in July. Do not change your mind. That theme of strength fits the mood right now. Feelings haven't changed even though the market has stopped moving. If anything, it's stronger and more sure of itself. What's really going on behind the scenes is making statements that sound crazy at first, but make sense when you look more closely. One of the most talked about ideas comes from Future XRP, who did a thorough pricing model based on how useful the network is. At the current price, and with about 60 billion tokens in circulation, XRP already handles more than $1.3 trillion, 0 cents in on-chain transactions every year. And that's with not many institutions using it. But if XRP grows to support the amount of volume expected by its real-world use cases, such as cross-border payments, tokenized assets, and bank integrations, the volume could grow by 1,538 times. If movement and supply stay the same, that would drive the price of XRP to an unbelievable $3,380, 0 cents per token. Does that sound crazy? Perhaps. But give this some thought. This isn't just about fancy pumps. This prediction is based on how useful it is. Real business deals. There are real sources of value. When XRP is used to send money around the world, its value needs to be higher to keep up with the demand. And this is the kind of future that Ripple has been working towards for years. Some people in the neighborhood have even bigger hopes. Locked Barbie made an interesting point in a bold value study. Valahil Capital says that XRP will reach $4,813.00 by 2030. Some people might be surprised by that number, but it shows that more and more people think XRP is way too cheap compared to what role it could play in a global banking system that moves more and more towards blockchain-based infrastructure. Even Aminik sent out a tweet that made waves in the feed. The next morning, XRP is worth $100, 0 cents. That number doesn't come from thin air. It shows that people think the current price of XRP doesn't even come close to capturing its long-term promise. When you look at the big picture, it's easy to see why some people think $100, 0 cent XRP isn't just doable. It's going to happen. Let us not forget what XRP has already done. Cobb told his people never forget. The overall market value of XRP flipped Bitcoin on January 4th, 2018, and they made sure to artificially slow it down. The vast majority of crypto buyers have no idea that this event really took place. That's when XRP became the most valuable coin in the world for a short time. It will always stay that way. Since then, it has been slowed down by government pressure and planned storage. But XRP could be used in a way we've never seen before if Ripple wins its court battle and big banks like BlackRock step in. But we also need to talk about Ripple's friends, since this is where things really get bad. The links that Ripple has been making are more than just amazing. They change the game. There are already big financial companies in place, and as soon as the switch is flipped, it's over. If you skip this part, you might miss the biggest sign that XRP is going up.